Hello, everyone.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, David. Nice to see you here, or at least to read your chat more than to see. Let's wait a few minutes that people are like coming to our room.
Perfect. See people still joining, so
Mhm.
let's give it another minute, and then we're gonna kick it off soon.
Of course, if you have any colleagues that cannot make it, remember that we can provide you with the recording of this webinar as usual. We're gonna send you the link, and so your colleagues can watch it, or you can rewatch it in case you missed something. We need to like leave the webinar beforehand.
Perfect. Let's give it one more minute.
Yeah,
See people still joining. Perfect. Then I think we're gonna kick it off for today. So very welcome to our European summer release. As always, those features that we're going to show you today will be rolled out to all our clients in phases. So within the next weeks, you're going to see them as well. And yeah, I think we're going to kick it off already with an exciting new feature, Peer Me Up, that Davide will show you.
thanks a lot, Julia. Can you see my screen?
Yes, it is here.
The peer? Okay, perfect. Thanks a lot. Okay, so as you know, like the peer selection is always like a very, very important topic. We received a lot of feedback from you to improve it, and we started improving it, of course, throughout this month, even last year. Now we are like trying to introduce a new engine that it's called Peer Me Up. So you see I am here on the peer selection section here. So this upper part is exactly as it was in the last month. So with the panel, you see, so nothing changed here. You have the suggestion from the AI. You can basically remove or add the peers. You can use, of course, the advanced search. But the real focus today is on the suggestions. So we already introduced Valutico suggested peers, but now we are happy to introduce a new system, a new engine, a new framework, basically, that is based on the scoring and in a different like sub filters that you can use to make sure that like you can easily find suitable peers without having the advanced search every time. So you see that we have different options here. I want to start with the one that I think it's the most interesting for you. It's the custom here. You see, if I click on the custom, I have here like different factors that I can decide how important are in my research. You see that I have a business description, for instance, I have industry, I have products, I have region, etc. So all this information are coming, of course, from Capital IQ. For the peers are coming from you if you are uploading any documents with Eva AI, with the industry, and of course the information of the private company that you want to evaluate. And you see that here you can basically decide how important is a specific parameter to you. I have basically to choose here how important are, for instance, business description is moderately important, industry is very important, products somewhat important, etc. You see, I also have the globalization index. This one is the KOF, is coming from the Zurich Institute. So it's a way, like to try to understand how the market and how the countries can be cataloged, let's say, according to some parameters. What I can do easily, I can click on recalculate, and you see that in real time, like my list will change according to my custom parameters. An important thing that I have to add here is that once you choose these custom settings, this one will be saved also for your future evaluations. It means that you don't have every time to change them for every evaluation. You can do it, of course, but the last choice will be saved. You see that now we have here the scoring. And of course, I can move also from these preset filters. So for instance, balanced means that all the parameters will be in the middle. So will be here on the tree, all of the custom parameters. Then we have financial profile. It means that, of course, there has a strong focus on the financial profile of the company that you are trying to evaluate and the one of the peer from the peers. Growth stage, regional, and pure business. You also have a map here. So if I click, you can show map, and I can have easily have, you see, like an overview in the map where are located the peers that I want to select. You see that I can click on this and I can have it. That's it from my end. Remember also that we have the chat. So if you have any questions, you can like type, you can chat here in the chat, and we can like read your questions, and we will answer it, of course. I leave now for the next topic and next exciting feature to Giulia.
Perfect. Thank you, Davide. I'm going to show you our next feature, which is a completely new screen that we introduced, our levels of value. So here you will find now our advanced DLOM, discount for lack of marketability analysis. This feature is relevant when you're valuing a company that is not publicly traded, meaning the shares are less liquid and harder to sell. In those cases, you want to apply a discount to reflect that. Previously, this was a simple manual input, and now the DLOM model is model-based. It uses put option models to calculate the mathematically supported discount rather than just relying on assumptions. So when we click here you see how it works. The key inputs are volatility, which is automatically pulled from our median from the peer group. Then you have the holding period, meaning how many years you expect before the investment is sold. The risk-free rate, which comes from our data sources, and the divided yield, which will be a manual input. The platform runs 3 different put option models, and you can assign also the weights on the right side to each, or choose just one, and then the result is a supported defensible DLOM figure. If you hover over the eye, you also see which formulas we're using for the specific models. And of course, you can also overwrite the final result manually if needed. If you have another professional judgment that differs from the model output, you can override it within the right upper corner of the module. For the DLOC, this stays a manual input within the platform so far. By default, this will always be a 20%, but you can override it. And the same goes for the premium. Per default, this will be 10%, but you have the possibility to override it manually within the model. That was it for the new screen. And now I hand it over to Davide again. Davide, you are on mute.
You are right. Okay, so I hope now that you can hear me. Okay. Another interesting feature that was really heavily requested is like how, like the Eva AI can be even further introduced to your workflow in Valutico. And I think that you're going to find that this new feature very, very interesting. It's called Executive Summary. You can find here when there is the overview. So you see that here we have like the football pitch with the overview of the valuation. In here, you have this on the bottom right part of the screen, we have this executive summary. If I click this, basically, like the AI will generate basically a report from scratch. I have already edited this one, so every time that I want, like to have an executive summary, I can like ask a query here. So I can have I can use this as a normal chat, basically. You see that I have some preset instructions, but I can also use my prompt. So, for instance, write a conservative executive summary. So it's a real chat that you have this dialogue with our Eva AI. You see that now it's gathering the data. So everything you see here is gathered from like real data. It's not like journal, like advice. It's really like into the data, into the numbers, into this valuation. So you see here that I have this summary of overview with, like what is this company called Cardiolytics, what is the valuation approach, what is the conclusion. Every time what I can do, I can accept or reject. So I can, of course, in case also like add new prompts, reinstate the same prompt. And you see that I can edit. It's like a normal text. I can also like use, for instance, the bold. You see, I can use italic, etc. And another very useful thing is that you can basically include in your report. So by default, you see that is included in your report. You can, of course, switch off. But this is very interesting because it's basically helping you in giving like a very, very professional comment with the help of our AI. So this is another like way that we want to show you how Eva AI can help you and can guide you as an assistant in the workflow, your valuation inside the platform. As I said, so you can like chat here as a normal chat and you will get the answers, whatever they are, about the valuation, of course. So not necessarily about this section, but about the valuation overall. I'm seeing if there are any questions so far. I don't think so. So I'm gonna stop my sharing, and Julia, the mic is yours again.
Perfect. Thank you, Davide. We stay on the same screen, and I'm gonna show you the next feature, which has been highly requested and which is our valuation lock feature. So basically, once you're happy with your valuation and it's been reviewed, signed off, you can lock it now. A locked valuation is in like a view only mode. No parameters can be changed, no methods can be adjusted, and importantly, also no retrospective changes from our data provider like Capital IQ will affect it. So this means your valuation is frozen exactly as it was at the point of the sign off. And yeah, this is essential for like compliance, audit trails, or client reporting. If you need to make a change, of course, you can unlock it, make the adjustments, and then lock it again. That's the lock feature. And now Davide will show you our last new feature.
Yes, let me share again my screen. So we are still here. We are still like in the football pitch. We didn't change location. We didn't change section. But I want to show you something that, in my opinion, can be like very, very interesting for you, and also like an opportunity to cross-check all the income-based valuation that you might have. As you know, like in our platform, we have several like methods that are income-based. So just to recap quickly, we have like the DCF WACC, both the simplified and the classic. We have the APV, and we also have the flow to equity and the dividend discount model. So all of them so far, to calculate like the terminal value, we used to have the Gordon growth model, as you know. A lot of clients, a lot of users asked us why don't have also an alternative method that it's actually deeply used is based on the exit multiples. And of course, as always, we listen to you. We'll listen to your feedback, and that's why now if you go to the valuation methods, if you go to the change parameters here, if you scroll down, you see that now you can like easily switch from the Gordon growth model. So that this was the only one that you used to have before in Valutico to the exit multiple. So if I go to the Gordon growth model and I update, that is the one that you already know and you already have in your platform. You see that now is like updating the valuation. You see, if I scroll down, I have, of course, the free cash flow here. I have the calculation of the terminal here, and basically is applying like the formula. So terminal value with the free cash flow and divided by the WACC, and so times the WACC minus G. So you see here they have like all the calculation, for instance, for this method with the WACC against the G. So nothing changed on this, of course. But if I click here, and I switch to the exit multiple, you see that now I can choose between different multiple types. It can be EV EBIT, EV EBITDA, EV sales, and profit to earnings. And the result that you see here, the multiple, is basically the average of all the peers and transactions that you have in your panel. So this is the result. If I click on update using, for instance, EV EBITDA, again, the system will refresh one more time, and you will see like the differences that are part of this release. You see here, for instance, the calculation is different. Here we have the multiple and we have the exit EV EBITDA. Okay, and if I scroll down, I'm using the same example with the WACC simplified. You see that now I have a completely different table with the free cash flow here calculated, and here the terminal here that is based on this multiple that we have selected. And same here, you see in the table that now we have the WACC and we have the EV EBITDA. I need to say that, of course, like the two methods are not like in conflict. You cannot now use both of them, like to verify and to see if there is discrepancy between the valuation. So you can either use the one on the other, and you can like compare against to understand if there is like a big delta between the two valuations if you are using, of course, this income-based method. I think everything. I think we talk about all the features. I'm gonna stop my sharing and see if there are any questions from the audience.
Yes, please. So we're gonna open the floor now for questions. If you have any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat. Or if we described it so well that you have no questions coming up.
Yeah, as Julia mentioned at the very beginning, all these features will be rolled out gradually to all of you. So don't be surprised if maybe some of you doesn't have now immediately access. We are doing, for technical reasons, this is gradually to make sure that everything will run smoothly. I mean, Karim, if you are talking about basic plan in terms of forecasting, it's not like related to the forecast. It's more related to the settings and the methods that you're going to use. So the forecast, it depends on the plan that you have, but all these ones are normally included in our subscription. Whereas, like Eva, the executive summary, you have a limit if you have like Eva AI Unlimited or if you have like the normal one, but it's not excluding you to have the executive summary, for instance. It's just like giving like you like a limit for the tokens. Okay, that's it. But all these features are normally included with the subscription plans that you have with Valutico.
Exactly. Are there any more questions?
Thanks for your question. Yeah, don't see any other questions. I mean, it's also Friday, so I understand that a lot of things to do before like the end of the week. So, anyways, we hope that this webinar, this masterclass was helpful to you. Thank you, Jean-Marc, for attending this. Thanks a lot, Beta. Thank you, David. Let's wait maybe like just 20, 30 seconds more, just in case last minute questions, but I believe that, okay. Thank you, Lawrence. Thanks a lot, everyone. Okay.
Perfect. Thank you. And if you have any questions, please always feel free to reach out to your dedicated CSM. We are always here to support you. And yeah, other than that, we wish you a great weekend and we speak soon.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.